Hey dear students, you are Miss Boys and Girls. Hope you are fine and safe. Now let's start our lesson, which is present passive. Watch the video, then on a piece of paper, tell me the difference between every two sentences in this video. So, what is passive and when do we use it? First of all, passive is a structure that we use to talk about an action that is more important than its doer, or even if the doer is unknown. Let's say that English is spoken around the world. Now, this is the passive voice of the active sentence that its original was everyone speaks English around the world. So everyone speaks English around the world. This is the active sentence. If you want to change it into passive, English is spoken around the world. So, why do we use the passive voice? We use the passive voice when we want to indicate that the action of speaking English is more important than the doer, or if the doer is unknown. We're not sure who speaks English around the world, or it's not important for us. What is more important is the action itself. This is why we use passive in English. So let's understand together how we form passive in the present tense. This is our example. The Egyptians built huge apartments. Okay, this sentence is in the present tense. The Egyptians here, it's the subject, the doer of the action. What's the action? The action is build. We notice that build here is in the present tense. And huge apartments here, it's the object. How do we form the passive voice? The Egyptians build huge apartments. This is the active sentence. Okay, let's change it into passive. That's what we do. We cross the object. It becomes the subject of the sentence, huge apartments, and build here the verb in the present tense. We add to it verb to be in the present tense plus PP. So huge apartments, it's plural, are built by the Egyptians. So we notice that the subject became the object of the passive sentence. Okay, let's say that the sentence was the Egyptians build huge apartment, only one apartment. So it would be, yes, think, excellent. Huge apartment is built by the Egyptians. So verb to be, we indicate whether it's singular or plural according to the new subject of the sentence, which was the object in the active sentence. Let's revise our rule again. When we want to change an active sentence into a passive sentence, we have to notice the verb first. If it's in the present tense, then what do? We switch the subject with the object and we change the verb into verb to be, am, is, are plus pp. So many people are killed around the world. This is the passive sentence. So, as we said before, when we form the passive sentence or when we change the active sentence into passive sentence in the present tense, we have to make sure that verb to be is matching the subject of the sentence, which means that at the first sentence, they speak English everywhere. Our subject is they and object is English. In the active sentence, they here is a plural subject. But when we change it into passive, it will be English. English is singular. So, what matches English? It's is. So, English is spoken everywhere. Let's go to the second sentence. People give presents at Christmas. Again, our subject is people. So, the verb is plural verb. But when we changed into passive, presents, it's also a plural verb. So, presents are given at Christmas. Let's go to the third sentence. I clean my room every Saturday. I is the subject. My room is the object. We switched them together, so my room became the subject. My room is cleaned, as I mentioned before, verb to be plus pp, every Saturday by me. You can add by me or you can omit it. It's okay, both of them are correct. Rewrite using the words in brackets. Number 1. Some people collect old stamps, between brackets, collected. Collected. Okay, this means that he wants us to change the sentence from active into passive because as we all know, that the main, let's say, ingredient in the passive sentence is verb to be plus pp. And our main verb here in the sentence is collect. So the pp of collect is what? Collected. So some people collect old stamps. Where's the subject here? It's some people. Where's the object? Old stamp. Let's switch them together. So old stamps here, it's plural. So which verb to be matched with it? Excellent. It's old stamps are collected by some people. Again, you can add some people or you can omit it. Both are correct. Number 2, our boss cancels the meeting. The meeting between brackets and its capital. This means, again, change the sentence from active into passive. So, the meeting, singular, and the main verb is cancel. So, verb to be plus PP. Excellent. The meeting is cancelled by our boss. Number 3, Mom cooks all our meals. Or, when we see are between brackets, again, from active into passive. Super. So, switch the subject and the object together. It would be excellent. All our meals, plural. So, all our meals are, what's the PP of cook? Cooked. So, all our meals are cooked by our mom. Sentence number 4. A lot of people use the internet nowadays. Used between brackets. I know it's a long sentence, but it's very easy. You just have to indicate what is the subject and what is the object in our sentence. The subject is a lot of people. The object is the internet. Let's switch them together. So, the internet is used by a lot of people. Very easy. Now, let's move to sentence number 5. They publish around 200 books every year. A longer sentence, but it's easier. Published between brackets. It's the same of sentence number 1. When we see the PP between brackets, this means that he wants us to change it from active into passive. So, they publish around 200 books every year. Where's the subject? They, excellent. Where's the object? It's a long object. Around 200 books. Super. So, around 200 books, we have to start with the object of the active. So, around 200 books, it's plural, are published by them. When we change they from the subject place into the object place, it becomes an object pronoun. It's changed into them. And we can omit it. Both are correct. And notice that every year is always at the end. Okay? So, around 200 books are published by them every year. As we said before, the keyword is at the end of the sentence or at the very beginning of the sentence. Let's move to sentence number 6. The nurse removes the bandages. The bandages between brackets is capital, so the bandages, which is plural, so it's are, excellent. The bandages are removed, the PP, by the nurse. So the bandages are removed by the nurse. So hope you understood our lesson for today. Meet you at the next lesson. Be safe, be happy. So as usual, after we finish our lesson, we have to practice. So open your booklet, grammar booklet, page 20, exercise B. Complete the text with the present simple passive of the verbs in brackets. Okay, before answering the complete question, what do? We have to read the full text. So before you continue the audio, I'm going to give you around 1 minute to read the full text. Supposedly you read it. So Let's answer together. The main purpose of the Wilmington Bird Sanctuary is to help and protect birds. Each year, hundreds of birds space with broken wings or legs, and they need help and care. So, here, I know that the question is fill it with the present simple passive, but you have to think if the sentence in front of you is it passive or active. You have to think if the subject of the sentence the actual doer or not. Here, hundreds of birds with broken wings or legs and they need help and care. This means that the sentence is passive. So hundreds of birds, it's plural subject. And we said that it's verb to be plus PP. Then we have to choose what? Excellent. Hundreds of birds are found with broken wings. The following sentence. These birds spaced to the sanctuary. Again, birds plural. So it would be super. These birds are brought to the sanctuary. And they, so here we have the word and, the preposition and. As we said before, when we find and or the comma, this means that the following sentence follow the same grammar structure of the previous sentence. So they, super, they are taken care of by experts. All birds space in large cages. All birds, again plural, so it's verb to be plus PP. All birds are kept in large cages. They, we have comma before they, so they are fed twice a day. And their cages and, excellent, and their cages are cleaned 3 times a week. So, I'm gonna leave the rest of the exercise for you and let's move to the following exercise.